Hey YouTubers. I wanted to talk a little bit about a diesel heater that I bought. I bought it recently on Amazon. I think I paid 130 bucks for it. And I've been wanting to try these. Obviously I've been playing with my shop a little bit as far as how to heat it, and this is just another thing that I'm trying. So enjoy the video and ask any questions you have and let me know your opinion. Thanks. This is my new diesel heater. I've been playing around with a lot of solutions for how to heat the shop, and so this is just another, I guess, experiment, or some might say toy, but it's pretty cool. It's a diesel heater. It runs on diesel. It's got a burn chamber. It's got a little tiny fuel pump that pumps just a little bit at a time into the burn chamber, and it uses a glow plug inside of the burn chamber, which is in here. It's like a tube-like thing, and it takes a minute or so to get started because it has to heat the glow plug, start burning the diesel, and then what you get out of it is you get hot air coming out of this discharge, and it is very hot. I mean, I can't hold my hand up very close to it. The temperatures are above 130 or 140 degrees. This is the control panel. I don't quite know how to use it. Luckily I was able just to kind of plug this in and hit the power button, and it took off. So it runs off of 12 volts, which is convenient because I have my my solar system here. I did move my batteries up to the top. Let me just show you what I've got going on here. So yeah, so I used to have my batteries on the floor on top of a filing cabinet, which I pulled out of there, installed a shelf up here, moved them up, and then made a little tiny shelf for my diesel heater. And the reason it needs to be up off the ground is because it has an exhaust pipe on it. It's got an exhaust pipe down here, and it's not supposed to go into the building like this because you get carbon monoxide. But my plan is to go ahead and duct it outside, and I pulled the insulation off of that spot because I want to put a pipe in there, or some kind of another layer of protection, because this exhaust pipe is extremely hot. I mean, if you touch it, it will burn your skin. These heaters are not the most efficient things. They're pretty efficient, but you do lose heat out of the exhaust pipe, which is the byproduct of combustion. And so they say as much as potentially 25% of the heat is lost through the exhaust pipe. But I think with a tank like this, actually I'm not sure how much that holds, but they can run. I'm not really sure how long they can run, but I know that they'll go, like, a lot of them will go 30 hours on a fill up, just filling that up, and then being able to get continuous heat for 30 hours is pretty good. And diesel is pretty cheap right now, but it's really not about efficiency. It's about having a solution that you can use to heat a smaller space. These are used a lot in semi-truck cabs, when the driver is kind of living in it basically and needs to heat it when it's very cold and doesn't want to be running the engine of the truck. And so these you can actually mount the whole heater outside of the truck and have it discharge in, or you can leave it in and just make sure that you're pulling your fresh air from outside as well as your exhausting outside. So, and then this one has a case, and I've got the case off of it, but a lot of times what they'll do is they won't sell you. I mean, you can buy it, you can just buy the burn chamber up here, and then you can buy a tank to your size, and then just mount it wherever you want. It's a really simple piece of equipment. I mean, there's not a lot here. This little tiny control panel is probably the most complicated thing, and it's basically the brains. It's telling the unit what to do. I've been running it now for probably, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. But I don't want to stay in here too long with it because I know putting CO2 into the, or CO into the room, and without opening some doors, I probably wouldn't want to stay in here for much longer. But I don't expect that this will heat the whole place, or at least it won't. You know, this shop is a pretty good size, and I don't think that this will heat all of this space efficiently. And so my intention is to be able to use another space heater that I have to get the temperature up quickly, and then to use this to sort of maintain that temperature. I believe it will maintain the temperature, you know, like at whatever I end up getting it at. I'm gonna go over here to yeah, so I mean, we're just under 40 degrees in here. The heater is running over there. I do have this, which I'm not running at the moment. I just wanted to see how much of an impact that I could make with that heater. I ran this yesterday for several hours, and I got it up to 70 degrees in here. So I know that that's effective for getting the temperature up. I need to. The manual for this thing is pretty crappy. Well, for one thing, the controllers that are in it are not the controller that I have. Neither one of them is the controller that I have. They have more buttons, more programming buttons, and my guess is that some of these buttons do double duty on this one, but there are no instructions for how to work that. And what I mean by that is holding the power button down and the up button might put you into a menu mode or something like that. But without instructions, it's kind of hard to figure out. Now, these heaters have been around a long time. They were originally made by a German company, and they were used in a lot of like Volkswagen buses and that kind of stuff back in the 50s and 60s. So they're very well proven. I think the licensing ran out on them, and China started to build these heaters using those plans for those, and so they became readily available. And a lot of people use these to heat cabins, or to be out in the backwoods or whatever. I mean, all you really need is 12 volts, which you can get from solar. And so anyway, so this is kind of a toy, I guess, something that I'm playing with. I'll finish installing it, and then I'll put it to use and maybe give an update on how it's going heating the shop. So thank you for watching. Not a big video, but just something that I've been playing with. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and stay warm wherever you're at.